Nintendo Switch Sports. Probably the only physical activity that some people have gotten this year. So the day that I'm recording this actually is one day past the 16th anniversary of the original Wii Sports. And earlier this year, Nintendo released a new entry in what they're still calling the Wii Sports series, that being Nintendo Switch Sports. And as someone that has had the game since launch, I even participated in the beta test for the online functionality. I've been playing this game more than I think a lot of people out there have been, so I just kind of want to give my 2 cents about this. So loading into the main menu, we are immediately hit by one of my criticisms about the game. That being the fact that there are only 6 sports in the game, when Wii Sports Resort had a dozen. Now, yes, between the release of Wii Sports Resort and this game, there was a version of essentially Wii Sports on the Wii U called Wii Sports Club, and that only had the original 5 sports, but not all of them were available at launch. Like, some of them were not available until a certain point for some reason, and they're doing that again with this game. We'll get to that later. And my best guess as to why it's like this is because this game does not take place in essentially any previous setting that the previous Wii Sports games did. Like, the original Wii Sports was just some generic sports club. Wii Sports Resort took place on Woohoo Island. Wii Sports Club, kind of the same thing for the first game, but it's like more of a actual club. But this game takes place in a completely new environment called Spoko Square, and they really tried to theme this to actually be a actual sports club. And they really tried to make this feel more like it's taking place in a completely new environment, in the sense that the default characters are not Mii's, they are what are called Sportsmates. And when I'm playing online, no matter how much someone has customized their character, they all just feel identical to each other. And so that's why I'm glad that they at least put in the option to play as a Mii. But if you're playing as a Mii, there are certain parts of the customization that you straight up cannot use, mostly relating to facial features and headwear and that sort of thing. So even though I do prefer playing as my Mii, there are times where I revert back to the standard Sportsmates just because a lot of these are locked out. Now, getting back to the sports, there's 3 of these that feel very identical to each other, being volleyball, tennis, and badminton. Now, they do all have their own sort of idiosyncrasies, but they all just kind of blend in with each other, and honestly, I barely touch them because of that. And again, that's 3 of the 6 sports, so for me at least, that leaves 3 sports that are actually kind of worth playing. But I'll go ahead and knock one of these out. Chambara. I don't find Chambara really enjoyable, mostly just because I tend to get outplayed a lot, so it's a little hard for me to enjoy that because I am not very skilled. It's just hard for me to compete with another actual human in Chambara. I don't know what it is about games like that. It's just kind of hard for me to be able to outplay my opponent. Although in the footage that you're seeing, I don't know if I got paired up with a bot or if this person was just a 5-year-old and didn't know what they were doing, but I just got very lucky. Although that does bring up the fact that this game is very online focused, to the point where the cosmetics that you can unlock, the different outfits and headpieces and stuff, you can only unlock through online play. So if you're only playing this local with other people, you're not gonna unlock anything. Along with the outfits and stuff being tied to these collections that are only available for 3 weeks. There's only 3 collections that are available at any given time. And if you can't get everything unlocked in a given collection by that collection's expiry date, you're not gonna see that collection again for a good long while. The game has been out for the majority of this year, and there's been no repeated collections that have been made available. Like, we have no idea in what form or fashion we're going to be able to unlock stuff that we haven't unlocked yet, like in the future. So, like, the way that it works is that everyone essentially has the same named collections. Different pieces might actually differ for different people, but the way that I hope it transitions to once all the collections have been gone through is that each individual person's game will make collections available that they haven't unlocked everything from yet. So then, as long as you keep playing past that expiry date, you're still going to be able to unlock everything, while still having the whole mechanic of a new collection is made available each Thursday for those of us here in the States. But who knows if that's actually what's going to happen in the future, so we'll see. And this whole system of unlocking things only online was made even worse. There was a small patch that was released a few months ago that added in the ability to use the Ring Fit Adventure leg strap with one of the Joy-Con to be able to play soccer with like actual motion controls of being able to use your leg to kick. But around that same time, there were some people who were straight up locked out of being able to play the game, not just online, but from any sport offline, meaning that for those select number of people, the game was borked. However, once Nintendo was able to release a patch that fixed that, they did a limited time event where if you were playing online, any points that you earn were doubled. Essentially, when you're playing a sport online, you are given points depending on how well you do, and for every 100 points that you earn, you get a new unlock from a collection of your choice. However, the piece that you earn from that collection is random. And because that event gave everyone double points, that meant you could unlock stuff super quickly. I remember it was kind of the thing that revitalized my interest in this game, because it made stuff super easy to unlock, and it was really fun. I won a game of bowling, and I got to unlock like 3 things at like all at once. It was super fun. And probably my last major critique of the game is the fact that golf is coming in a free update, but just golf. I really wish that they would be adding like several more sports in the future, but all we've been promised is just golf, and I don't think we're going to be getting anything more than that in the future, so we're probably going to just be stuck with 7 sports. So with all that into consideration, plus the fact that 3 of the sports I don't like because they feel samey, and I just don't like Chambara because I'm not good at it, and honestly speaking, soccer just feels like a slower Rocket League. And if one team gets way too far ahead, there is a golden ball that appears that gives you 2 points instead of 1 if you make the goal. But if the team that's in the lead scores that golden ball, they just instantly win. Which, I mean, fair, it would be hard to come back from that, but at least let the other team come back from it? I don't know. That basically just leaves bowling. And when playing online, I love bowling. The way that it's set up online is that you're not just playing with 3 other people and taking turns. It's a battle royale. You're pitted up against 15 other players, and you go through the standard 10 frames of bowling. However, the game is split up into rounds of 3 frames. After the 3rd, 6th, and 9th frames, whatever players are ranked lowest get knocked out. And depending on how well you rank, as well as how many strikes, spares, split conversions, etc. that you make, you will get more points for unlocks. And you'd think that because it's bowling and you're not really able to influence the other players at all, it kinda seems dry at first glance. However, once you rank up enough, you start playing challenge bowling, where there's obstacles on the lane, meaning you cannot keep lining up your shot to be on that same sweet spot, but instead you actually have to continuously think about how you want to line up your shot, and not just line up your shot, but time your shot, because there are some obstacles that move or pop up and down that can affect how you go about making your move. And depending on how well you're doing, the game will actually make your obstacles less difficult if you're farther behind. So it means that people that are currently in the lead have to deal with a lot more compared to people that aren't doing so well. Although regular bowling will still appear occasionally for some reason, I don't know what exactly causes it, but I don't think that should be a thing. I feel like once you hit a certain rank, you should only be playing challenge bowling. So the Battle Royale format, coupled with the extra zest that challenge bowling brings, it's made the online bowling portion of this game the thing that I've put the most amount of time into. And the best part about this is that they're going to be using the same survival format in Golf Online. Now, granted, it's only going to be limited to 8 players, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal. But it's definitely going to make me actually play golf because it's a format that I like, and considering my history with Wii Sports in the past, I really enjoy the golf. Not as much as bowling, but I still enjoyed the golf back on the original Wii Sports. So the fact that they're using the survival format, it's definitely going to make me play this game a whole lot more often. But yeah, for all the flaws that this game has, the fact that bowling online is as fun as it is, and they're gonna be doing that same format with golf, I think for me makes this game well worth the purchase price. I still wish that they included at least like 3 or 4 total additional sports, but overall for me it's been well worth the purchase because I've found so much enjoyment from survival bowling. I'm just glad that this game digitally is only $40, which is $10 less than this piece of shit.